I'm sure the few of you that actually regularly watch my channel are wondering if I'm going to be doing any sort of art challenges this month. As you all know, October is the month for lots of art challenges, including Inktober and about a million other prompt lists that you can find out there. I decided that I am going to do Inktober this year. However, I am going to be very gentle with myself this year. In the past, I have done Inktober and other art challenges, and I have stressed myself out over getting all of the prompts done or getting them looking really nice or whatever. This year, I want to really do this in order to focus on my inking. I know that my inking skills could use some improvement. It's not something that I practice a whole lot because a lot of the stuff that I do is really just kind of pencil sketches, or I'm doing gouache paintings, and so I don't do a ton of inking, though I do enjoy watching other people do it, and I enjoy some ink artwork. I want to be able to do it myself. I want to have that kind of tool in my arsenal if I want to make some drawings and just kind of leave them black and white. So this year I am going to be doing Inktober, and I don't plan on spending a ton of time on each of the sketches. If I happen to miss a day, that's okay. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. And if I, happen to just decide that I don't like that prompt, that's okay. I'm allowed to skip it. Now, because I was out of town for the beginning of the month, I didn't really work in my sketchbook a whole lot, so I've gotten a late start already on Inktober. So it is currently the 4th of October, and I have done day 1, and I did that today. So I'm a little bit behind already, but I'm not stressing out about it because, like I said, if I get them all done, awesome. If I don't, that's fine too. I really want to use this time as A, a way to work on my inking, and B, a way to just kind of help me fill up my sketchbook, because I'm also behind on my page count for this month because I've been traveling a lot for work. Thankfully, I am back now. I'm not going to be traveling for work for a little while, so I should be able to kind of buckle down and get some sketchbook work done again. I don't know that I'm necessarily going to be able to catch up and get all of my sketchbook pages done for this month in time, but I should be able to catch up and then be fine for next month and not be terribly behind for next month. I should be back on track, assuming that I actually kind of keep up with doing the Inktober challenge. As always, the first step is to put the prompt list in my sketchbook. I know maybe that's cheating because it does use up a whole page, but I don't care. It makes it so much easier for me to go and figure out what the prompts are without having to go look it up online every time. It's in here and it's great. And yeah, it's a bonus. It uses up a page in my sketchbook, but if you watch other artists' sketchbook tours, a lot of times they have notes and whatever else in their sketchbook as well, and that uses up a page. It's not really cheating. It's just how I use my sketchbook. And honestly, if you do think it's cheating, let me know in the comments below. I could use the engagement. Originally, my plan was to go in straight with ink and do sketches that way, straight up without any undersketch, but I decided that I didn't want to do that. I just don't feel comfortable doing that a whole lot. So I did start off with the first prompt, which is backpack, and I took it quite literally and just drew a backpack because I'm just kind of easing myself into this. And like I said, I don't want to spend a ton of time on each of these sketches. I just want to keep my pen moving and just get me back into the habit of working in my sketchbook and get me practiced with using pen and ink. So I did do an undersketch with my blue pencil, and I will probably continue to do that for all of the prompts. Sometimes, perhaps if I'm feeling really confident, I might go in straight with ink. And I know there's a million YouTubers out there that talk about going in straight with ink. It's going to build up your confidence, etc., etc. And I'm sure that it does. I just don't have the courage to do that right now. Like I said, I just want to get back into my sketchbook, and I want it to be a low barrier to entry. And I feel like if I went in and said I have to go straight in with ink, I would probably not do nearly as many of the prompts as I think that I will if I decide that I am allowed to use an undersketch. So I am using undersketches because I think it's going to make it much easier for me to do this, and I think that way I will get more out of the challenge than if I put additional rules on myself, at least this year. You may have noticed that the couple of drawings that you've seen me do so far this month have been really simplified drawings without a lot of additional shading, a lot of hatching, that sort of thing. But there's a couple of reasons for that this year. Number one, I am working really hard on trying to learn how to simplify my shapes, simplify my drawings for a couple of reasons. Number one, I've always been kind of bad at learning how to simplify things down into kind of a more basic thing, more basic representation of the thing that I'm drawing. And I want to be able to do that because I think it'll allow me to draw a little bit faster and still get the same idea across without having to do full rendering. Number two, I'm doing that in order to cut down the amount of time that it takes to do each of the drawings, because there are 31 days worth of drawings, and like I said, I'm already a little bit behind on my drawing, so I want to keep everything a little bit simpler. There may be some that I decided to go a little bit kind of more involved in, and especially as the challenge progresses, I may allow myself to be a little bit more involved in some of them, but I want to get as many sketches out as I can because it'll just make me feel a little bit better about doing as many as I can, and it will just kind of get me that mileage in. Are you guys doing any drawing challenges this year? Are you doing Inktober, Mosstober, Drawtober, any of those? Let me know below. I'd be interested in seeing what other drawing challenges are out there. I did find some mentions of a couple of other ones that sounded really interesting, and I actually printed out the lists and I have them in my sketchbook. I'm probably not going to do them this month, but I might use those just as kind of prompts for additional drawings in the future. Also, let me know what kind of challenges you have when you're doing any types of drawing challenges like an Inktober. Like I said, for me, it is a little bit stressful to do all of the prompts. And sometimes when the prompts are a little bit more vague, I have a hard time trying to figure out what I want to draw. And then I get stressed because I take so long to figure out what I'm going to draw that I don't have a lot of time to actually do the drawing. And that's really stressful for me. So I actually really like when the prompt list is a little bit more straightforward and it's like, draw binoculars. Great. I know how to draw binoculars. Draw boots. Fantastic. I can draw boots. But it's nice sometimes to have a little bit of vagary so that I can be a little bit creative, but I don't want all of the prompts to be vague like that because I feel like that's a little bit too much effort. I don't have that kind of energy to put into it. I'm sure you guys noticed at the very beginning of the video when I popped over and you got to see me start drawing, it was in a little bit different spot than what you normally see. I was actually upstairs on my couch watching some TV, and I was capturing that with my iPhone with this new little tripod thing that's got a magnet on there, and I can just pop my phone on and be able to take videos from a lot of different angles a lot more easily than kind of messing with my tripod. Let me know if you guys like it, and I'll use that more because it's actually really easy for me to do. And if you like it, then I will definitely try and bring that into more videos. Looks like I'm only going to be able to get 2 drawings into the video this week. I was hoping to get a few more done, but number one, I only have 3 of them done and I've only recorded 2 of them, and it's already Sunday and I need a little bit of time to get all of that video pulled down and edited and put it into the video so that I can upload it, etc. So I'm only going to get 2 in this week. If you are interested in seeing me work some more in my sketchbook, whether it's on Inktober or just in general and other things, let me know and I will try and get more videos out to you like that. Now that I've got this little tripod thing for my phone, it's a lot easier, so I can just kind of pull out my phone and do the recording rather than having to set up my big tripod and my big camera in a way to be able to capture it. It's going to be a lot easier this way, so I can be able to do a lot more videos like that in the future. Anyway, I hope you really enjoyed watching this video, watching me work on some of my Inktober prompts. I'm going to be continuing to do more Inktober throughout the rest of this month. Hopefully I will get all of the prompts done, and if not, like I said, it's not a big deal. I'm not going to put a ton of pressure on myself. Part of me does want to get them all done, but I also know that life might get in the way and make that a little bit harder than I would like it to. Just to recap what I have finished so far, like I said, I did reiterate the prompt list in here, and I did some of the lettering up here, which I enjoy doing lettering, so I think that turned out pretty good. It did get a little bit smaller and a little bit higher up there, but oh well. And then I did the first couple of prompts here. I've got backpack, and I have the magnifying glass for discover. And then I redrew the magnifying glass down here. I think it turned out a lot better in my second drawing. I decided not to ink that one, but because I really liked how it looked and I didn't want to ruin it. Anyway, the next one I did was boots, and so that is on this page. So you saw me do that. Oops. There we go. The next prompt is exotic, and it took me a little while to figure out what I'm going to do, but I do know what I'm going to do for that. I'm not going to tell you right now. You'll just have to wait and see for either a sketchbook tour or at the very least an Inktober walkthrough that I might do at the end of the month. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you again next week. Bye.